The world thought Alicia Keys had it all: superstar, prodigy, and perfection. Behind the Grammys and the beaming grin was a secret she never shared. While her career exploded, she fought predators at her record business, hid a forbidden affair, and built a perfect persona that slowly crushed her. She said she wore a mask for years that nearly ruined her. What happened to Alicia Keys privately? Watch for the terrible story the world never heard. Alicia Keys was born in Hell's Kitchen, Manhattan, on January 25, 1981. When she was 2, paralegal and part-time actress Teresa Augello and African-American flight attendant Craig Cook divorced. After that, her mother raised Alicia alone in a Manhattan Plaza single-room apartment, a subsidized housing complex full with artists, dreamers, and daily struggle. Her mother made her take piano lessons at 7, hoping it would give her stability in a turbulent area. It works. Teachers instantly saw Alicia as a genius with uncommon instinct and emotional depth. She found comfort in music. She played Beethoven, Chopin, and Mozart for hours at the piano while her mother influenced her with jazz, soul, and classical music. Alicia began writing songs at 12 using classical technique, R&B, and soul to create her unique sound. She graduated as valedictorian at 16 from Manhattan's Professional Performing Arts School in vocal music and theater. She became one of the youngest musicians signed to a big label when a manager noticed her and signed her to Columbia Records. After high school, she received a record contract and Columbia University admittance letter at 16. However, the dream quickly became a nightmare. Behind the big label deal, Columbia Records nearly crushed her soul. Her career nearly ended before it began. In 1994, 15-year-old Alicia Keys signed with Columbia Records, thinking she had found her dream job. Columbia was a top label with money, prestige, and influence. This site may make a teen a global star. But what she found was darker than she expected. From her arrival, the label tried to change her. Executives suggested she straighten her hair, wear short skirts, reduce weight, and become another produced pop act like the dozens of young female performers already in the industry. They misinterpreted what made Alicia special: authenticity, classical training with urban soul, real emotional honesty. And her defiance. Songwriting was more oppressive than image pressure. Columbia hired established writers and producers, ignoring Alicia's work. They forced her to record empty, voiceless tunes. She said she drove to the studio with a knot in her chest, dreading the sessions when she felt artistically suppressed and rejected. Years later, she compared her battle to Aretha Franklin's, stating Columbia messed it up by not seeing what they had. Alicia battled the label over her sound, image, and creativity. She wouldn't sing songs she didn't like or become a polished pop star. The conflict escalated until Columbia dropped her in 1998. Many artists would have stopped there. For Alicia, it started her freedom. She quietly formed ties with people who understood her art during her challenging years at Columbia. She had worked with Jermaine Dupri and, most importantly, Clive Davis. The iconic executive left Arista and started a new label, J Records. Davis instantly noticed Columbia's error. A one-of-a-kind talent who combined classical music, creative lyrics, and emotional depth to create a new R&B sound. Alicia joined with J Records in 1998 and had complete creative freedom from Clive Davis after years of rejection. She could compose and make her own sound, and show herself as she was, not a commodity. A change transformed her. Davis later called her a no-brainer, a young woman with remarkable beauty, stunning talent, and the capacity to craft every note she played. He thought she was the best young female artist in the industry, not simply potential. After leaving Columbia, Alicia focused on her debut album. She created songs on abandonment, survival, love, and identity. She stopped struggling for attention. She was becoming the artist she always wanted to be. Alicia Keys' debut album, Songs in a Minor, under J Records, changed the music world overnight on June 5, 2001. The album surprised. The 20-year-old classical pianist expressed real passion in songs about love, grief, and desire with a timelessness that set her apart from the radio. Fallen, the lead single, topped the Billboard Hot 100 for 6 weeks and became a classic. Fallen's simple yet memorable tune, anchored by Alicia's piano and her sad, passionate vocals nailed the confused truth of loving someone who hurts you and not being able to leave. The music video showed Alicia with her cornrows playing a Yamaha piano, revealing her unique style. Songs in a Minor topped the Billboard 200 with 236,000 first-week sales, a first for a new artist. It sold over 12 million copies worldwide, making Alicia Keys one of the decade's most influential voices. The record had an impact beyond numbers. It was intelligent and musically deep, with Alicia effortlessly switching between classical piano, jazz, and modern R&B, according to critics. The song A Woman's Worth became a symbol of self-worth, and her version of Someday We'll All Be Free showed her respect for musical heritage and uniqueness. Alicia ruled the 2002 44th Grammy Awards. Best New Artist, Song of the Year for Fallen, and R&B Album for Songs in a Minor were among her 5 Grammys. At 21, she stood on stage accepting prize after award, justifying her decision to leave Columbia Records and wait for a label that recognized her art. Alicia's debut's huge success allowed her unusual creative freedom. In December 2003, her second album, The Diary of Alicia Keys, debuted at #1 with 618,000 first-week sales. It generated successes like Cinematic You Don't Know My Name and Ballad If I Ain't Got You, which became one of her hallmark songs. The Diary of Alicia Keys sold 8 million copies and earned her 4 additional Grammys, indicating her spectacular rise was intentional. It started a renowned career. By 23, Alicia Keys had sold over 20 million records, won 9 Grammys, and become one of her generation's most important performers. At her peak in 2008, Alicia Keys was embroiled in a scandal that shocked her fans and the R&B world. Speculation regarding Swizz Beatz' connection spread. Swizz's marriage to singer Makanda Tafrere, with whom he had a 2006 son, Kasim Jr., fueled the rumors. Swizz and Mashanda appeared to be hip-hop powerhouses. Behind closed doors, their marriage was disintegrating. Alicia Keys would be blamed for its demise. Alicia and Swizz were longtime colleagues. They collaborated on projects and moved in the same industry circles. Their professional friendship became personal in 2008. Today, the timeline is unclear. Swizz's marriage ended and his affair with Alicia began at different times, according to different sources. Swizz and Alicia were publicly together at gatherings by 2009, when he was married. The 2008 birth of Swizz's daughter Nicole, with Jonas Sebastian, complicated matters. Many believed his marriage to Makanda was shaky before Alicia entered the picture. Makanda abruptly tweeted in May 2009. She publicly voiced her grief and accused Alicia Keys of ruining her marriage. She later reported that she had witnessed credit card charges matching Alicia's tour dates. When she realized, shocked, that they were having an affair, Makanda claimed that Alicia had no concept how much anguish she had caused, and that the affair had badly hurt her and her son. Her message spread, dominating gossip and blogs. She received her first public backlash. She was dubbed a phony for singing about empowerment and respect while breaking up another woman's house. Alicia declined comment. Her silence was perceived 2 ways. Some saw it as shame, others as maturity, an unwillingness to fuel the spectacle. Swizz Beatz stressed that he and Makanda were separated when he and Alicia started dating. He stated the media had misunderstood the sequence and that Makanda was offended but wrong about Alicia's role. Later, Alicia added her perspective. She said she didn't like Swizz when she met him years ago because he was too loud and flamboyant. She said their relationship developed slowly, and she felt his marriage was dissolved by the time they started. Since then, whether such belief was honest or convenient has been debated. Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz remained together despite criticism. Swizz and Makanda divorced in 2010. He married Alicia on July 31st in a little wedding overlooking the Mediterranean Sea. Alicia was clearly pregnant. The couple conceived their first kid before the wedding. On October 14, 2010, she gave birth to their son, Egypt Dud Dean, named after Swizz's proposal country and Alicia's love of African culture and spirituality. The couple welcomed Genesis Ali Dean, their second son, in December 2014. Alicia had completely accepted her blended family status by then. Swizz had 3 children from prior relationships, and Alicia became their stepmother. Children who affectionately called her Mama in Arabic. They strove to make their vast, complex, and unusual household work. Then something unexpected happened. Swizz, Mashanda, and Alicia reconciled years after the controversy. The three co-authored Blend, The Secret to Co-Parenting and Creating a Balanced Family, in March 2018. Their path from betrayal and suffering to forgiveness, respect, and genuine teamwork was documented. This work was praised for its honesty and emotional maturity. Photos of all three parents vacationing with their children emerged, a rare show of unity during their feud. Harmony didn't endure forever. In 2025, social media rumors spread that Swizz had cheated on Alicia and fathered another child. Irony fueled the accusations, which spread swiftly. Her husband, who had stolen from her, was now suspected of doing the same. Swizz and Alicia rejected the rumors. Swizz denied the story and said he was loyal to his wife and family. Debate whether the denials were honest or protective, but the controversy made one thing plain. They still lived with the shadow of how their relationship began after 15 years. Alicia Keys' May 2016 choice sparked a global discourse about beauty, authenticity, and public demands on women. She stopped wearing cosmetics in public. She made the decision following a picture shoot where she scarcely recognized the heavily made-up woman. She wrote about being fatigued. Exhausted from hiding? She's fatigued from striving to be flawless and hiding her true nature. She stated she chose extreme self-acceptance over external expectations by becoming makeup-free. She made her makeup-free debut at the 2016 MTV Video Music Awards, presenting the show. Baptized in boundaries, trained in sin, divided by difference, sexuality, and skin, she recited on stage to support her choice. There was instant and deep division. Her supporters called her daring and groundbreaking, inspiring young women driven to comply to unrealistic beauty standards. Fans and celebrities followed her hashtag #NoMakeup movement on social media. The outcry was equally intense. Critics said a gorgeous, affluent star could refuse makeup because she had access to high-end skincare, lighting, and things most women couldn't afford. Others remarked her privilege of making such a statement without losing her career, unlike most working women. Some called her hypocritical because she had professionally trimmed brows and perfect skin, groomed hair, and fancy clothes. Alicia wasn't rejecting beauty standards to them. She just redefined them to demand money and labor. Alicia didn't yield. She said her no-makeup decision was about her relationship with herself, not a criticism of makeup-wearing women. Wearing cosmetics was different from skincare, she noted. Her message was self-love, wellness, and the freedom to be herself. Though controversial, it revealed something deeper. The absurd double standards women, especially celebrities, confront. Criticized for wearing too much or none makeup. A debate and political statement judged by millions follows their decision. Liberation was Alicia's goal. Instead revealed the tightrope any woman must walk. Alicia Keys is known for her social consciousness. Someone dedicated to justice, equity, and transformation through her platform. She co-founded Keep a Child Alive in 2003 to help HIV-positive children and families in Africa and India. Alicia used her global reputation and star-studded connections to raise millions at its annual Black Ball benefit. She publicly discussed racial justice, women's rights, and humanitarian causes, establishing herself as an artist who cared about more than charts and prizes. That image has proved controversial. Critics noted that her activism often conflicted with her decisions. The most noteworthy being her March 2024 Women to Women Summit in Diriyah, Saudi Arabia, on International Women's Day. The empowerment event featured performances and discussions regarding women's accomplishments. It prompted hypocrisy allegations instantly. Despite recent improvements, Saudi Arabia still enforces male guardianship and just recently allowed women to drive. Widely denounced for grave human rights abuses. Many activists believe that hosting an empowerment event there indirectly legitimized the system, allowing Saudi officials to utilize her appearance as soft power PR. Alicia justified her choice. She said change involves interaction, not isolation, and Saudi women need visibility, encouragement, and role models to keep moving forward. However, her critics disagreed. They believed accepting Saudi money and performing in a country that restricts women contradicted her values. The incident highlighted the moral dilemma celebrities have when dealing with autocratic governments and addressed a challenging subject. Does showing up change? or does it unintentionally help? Alicia Keys opened up about her mental health and her struggle to reconcile work and life, showing a side of herself few had seen. In a Fast Company summer issue cover story, the 44-year-old singer and entrepreneur explained how self-worth has changed her personal and professional life. From Keys' soul care to her longtime Athleta collaboration. "I appreciate myself today, but I didn't for years," she said. Alicia said she ultimately recognized she could only be productive if she was healthy, something she never valued early in her career. She remembered how perfection had formerly governed her life, even at the expense of her emotional health. She recalls entering popularity at 20 without knowing herself. "You're partly what your mother said." Her words, "You're a little of what the world told you." She created a false self-protection wall under heavy public scrutiny. She said you're hurting yourself by thinking you're protecting yourself. "Fake it till you make it" was her mantra for years. She felt liberated once she stopped pretending. She learned hard labor from her mother, Alicia says. She learned that hard work was the only way to succeed from observing her mother work long hours. Her determination earned her 15 Grammys and several #1 hits. Today, Alicia's approach is different. She is a leader and entrepreneur who wants to build a healthier culture where teams don't have to compromise their personal life to succeed. She stated music business workers were expected to start early and late and never take weekends off. She now intentionally creates an environment where well-being as well as results count. In weekly meetings or key company decisions, she stresses that professional achievement is meaningless without family and friends. An ardent advocate for mental health access, Alicia called the system unjust. She hated that mental health is a privilege. "We invest on physical things, but not mental ones." Mental health advocacy is now mandatory for her. She needs it for herself and the communities she wants to improve. She faced an unexpected storm last year. A bizarre video surfaced online, one that got viral for bad. She appeared to doubt DJ's function, which enraged many in the music industry. The video went viral, especially among hip-hop DJs, before disappearing. All Hip Hop says Alicia's team asked them to remove the video from their Instagram account, claiming it was false and AI-generated. Some believed the explanation, others didn't. Behind the scenes, another narrative circulated. According to sources, Alicia recently worked with Swedish House Mafia internationally. They claimed the contentious phrase was addressed against EDM DJs, not hip-hop DJs. Instead of turntablism, programmed sets and button-based performances dominate. The issue? When the tape went viral in the US, Alicia looked to be slamming all DJs. American DJs raged immediately. Many felt degraded. Hearing the video was evil AI afterward. But the time frame was suspicious. Everything fit too well, so some industry watchers quietly suggested it was a lousy strategic choice, not AI gone rogue. Alicia's team held on. False video. To further confuse, Funkmaster Flex posted the identical clip a day or two after All Hip Hop, and it remains online. Alicia Keys is busier than ever. In 2025, she'll return to a stage that made her a modern icon. The former voice coach made a special return to the show she has worked with for over a decade at the season 27 live finale on Tuesday, May 20th. Her voice career began in season 7 as a combat advisor for Pharrell. She received her own red chair in season 11, returned for season 12, and returned for season 14. She was still popular after retiring from teaching, appearing as a guest in season 21. The show didn't slow down after I left. Alicia has spent the last 5 years exploring new creative fields while raising her family. Broadway hosted one of her most ambitious endeavors, Hell's Kitchen, a musical about her 1990s single mother upbringing in New York. The show opened at the Public Theater in 2023 and moved to Broadway in 2024. Alicia wrote all the songs, including new renditions of her hits. Director Michael Grafe and author Christopher Diaz made the show a hit, collecting 13 Tony nominations. Art is equally important to Alicia. Her husband Swizz Beatz has a large collection of Black artists' work. The Dean Collection, curated by Kimberly Grant, visited U.S. institutions in 2024. The pair published Giants, art from the Dean Collection of Swizz Beatz and Alicia Keys to accompany the event. In 2020, Alicia published More Myself, A Journey, her book. Her lifestyle and skincare brand, Keys Soul Care, is one of her most meaningful projects. Inspired by her no-makeup journey, She launched the collection in December 2020. Beauty and wellness were synonymous for Alicia. She told Forbes that being herself releases your genuine voice. Keys' single care promoted rituals, self-acceptance, and skin, mind, and spirit-nourishing goods. From Broadway to art exhibitions to entrepreneurship, Alicia Keys reinvents herself, developing, evolving, and guided by the genuineness that changed her career forever.